I call this meeting of the Alvin Independent School District to order. Let the record show that the quorum of board members is present, and this meeting has been duly called, and that notice of this meeting has been posted in accordance with the Texas Open Meeting Act, Texas Government Code, Chapter 551. And if you would, at this time, we're going to stand and bow your head. We're going to do the invocation. And also tonight, we're going to do a new thing. We're going to have Robert Arriaga will be leading us in the pledges. Robert is an 8th grader at Fairview Junior High, where he plays football, according to the principal Tribble. Robert is quite yet a mighty force to school. Please stand again as we do this invocation, and we'll bring Robert up here. So if you would bow your head, please. Heavenly Father, we give you thanks for allowing us to come together and engage in purposeful conversation for the benefit of Alvin ISD and the community. We ask for your guidance, wisdom, and support as we begin this meeting. Please pour out your blessings upon the teachers, students, and administrators of this district. We ask that you would give our students a desire to learn, our teachers a passion for teaching, and administrators wisdom and discernment. Thank you for uniting us for all the students in the community. We give you thanks and praise. Amen. Amen. Well, Robert, if you would lead us in the pledges, please. It's on mute. Right there. Oh, no.
Okay, hello? All right. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Now for the Texas flag. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state under God, one and indivisible.
Thank you very much, Robert.
Robert, did you bring guests with you this evening?
You want to
introduce them?
These are my parents, my mom and my dad.
Welcome.
All right, thanks for taking time.
Dale. Huh? Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Turtle. Thank you.
All right, next we have the superintendent's report. Carol?
So, Board, we have lots of great things going on. And first, I want to let you know that October is Principal Appreciation Month. So if we have any of our principals here this evening, if you'll please stand so we can recognize you. Thank you all so much for everything that you do each and every day for our students. We believe we have the best here in Alvin ISD. So thank you. If you haven't caught the cute video online, you can go to Alvin ISD and see that on all of the social media. Our communications department did a great job putting that together, highlighting each of our principals. So thank you again, principals. We were blessed to have our dedication of Nichols Mock Elementary School on Sunday, September the 17th. Alvin ISD proudly celebrated the dedication of the elementary school for Delbra Orem Nichols and Wilma Fountain Mock Elementary. The event was a testament to the district's commitment to education excellence and a tribute to two remarkable women who have made significant contributions to our students and our community in Alvin ISD. So that was a great event. J.B. Hensler held an open house, and J.B. Hensler College and Career Academy opened their doors on September 19th for their open house. Students and parents got to tour the state-of-the-art lab spaces, meet JBH faculty, connect with fellow students, and learn about the 18 career and technical education programs of study offered at JBH, and these programs continue to grow. So Mr. Kettler, I think, is here tonight. Kyle, thank you for all you do for JBH.
And y'all will notice where I'm at in that.
Food.
That's some good food.
He's in the culinary program. District musicals. The last few weeks, our district elementary musical cast have, I'm sorry. Must be on the wrong page. Alvin ISD kicked off their YET program this year, or for this year, on Tuesday, September the 26th. Alvin ISD officially launched our Youth Empowerment Team program. This program brings together a diverse group of passionate individuals from our community, all geared up to empower and support students throughout their educational journeys. During the luncheon, mentors and mentees got to enjoy lunch while getting to know one another. So thank you to all of our mentors. It's also not too late to sign up. So if anyone is interested in the program, we have a link on our website, and Ms. Anna Passarella and her team will get you connected with a student. Now, our district musicals, the last few weeks, our district elementary musical cast have been performing all around the district. The East Side cast performed Aristocats, the Shadow Creek High School area cast performed The Lion King, and the Manville, Iowa Colony area cast performed Annie. The kids did a great, fantastic job, and these are definitely some talented students, and our teachers do such a great job with hosting these programs throughout our district for our elementary schools. Good luck to all of our students participating in the Brazoria County Fair. Come out and support our students the week of October the 13th through the 21st. Then everyone is cordially invited to the Alvin ISD Veterans Day ceremony on November the 10th at 10 a.m. at Freedom Field, which is in Iowa Colony. And there's forms on there to sign up with a QR code, and it is online as well. And so we're asking our veterans to please RSVP no later than November the 1st. Scan the QR code or click the link to register. Veterans will meet at Alumni Hall at Freedom Field at 9 a.m. A barbecue luncheon will follow the ceremony at Alumni Hall to honor and thank all of our veterans for their service to our great nation. So everyone is invited to come out, but if you are a veteran or you know a veteran who would like to be part of the ceremony, please get them to register so we can recognize them. And then that's it. Thank you, Jacob.
All right, next we have a community partner introduction. Carol?
This evening, we'd like to recognize the HEB Manville Management Team, and they would like to introduce themselves to the Alvin ISD Community and School Board in order to create potential partnerships with the district. Are they here this evening, Ms. Rives? If they'll come forward at this time, Brandon? Susan? Is it Susan? No. Crystal. I'll let y'all introduce yourself then. Welcome. We're so excited. Everyone can't wait for the opening of Manville HEB.
Like my mother-in-law says, I think she's been waiting for an HEB in Manville for 40 years. Is what she said.
So good evening, everyone. My name is Brandon. I'm the area community coordinator. I service both of the Pearland stores as well as the new coming soon Manville store. The top store leaders for Manville could not be here tonight. They are actually busy getting the store ready. They had some final inspections today and everything, so that they could actually get the keys a little bit later this week to the store. So with that said, they did give me some talking points that I can share with you all. So, but I cannot share an opening date yet. Sorry, you're not getting that. You're not getting that news tonight. So with that. HEB is proud to announce the opening of its newest store, HEB Manville, and it's the first store just south of Houston to feature the retailer's award-winning True Texas Barbecue. Other locations in Houston include Kingwood, Conroe, and Magnolia, so we will be the first store to have that here for you all. Area residents will enjoy spacious shopping with a pledge to deliver unsurpassed freshness and quality at affordable prices. And our top store leader, his name is Malcolm McKenzie. He is a 19-year HEB partner. That's what we call our employees. We're partners. And a longtime Pearland resident. Texas hospitality and knowledgeable service that's second to none, provided by over 500 local HEB partners. And we are fully staffed, ready to go. We are just waiting. Believe me, they are ready to get out of that staffing office. So special features of this store include Of course, a large assortment of Texas-made products, a fully stocked healthy living department with 96 bulk food bins, those bins that you can scoop your nuts and everything out of. Made in-store palate quenchers, including fresh squeezed juices and freshly made guacamole, along with pre-cut fruit and vegetable party trays. A fresh seafood market equipped with a fresh assortment from around the world delivered 7 days a week. A fresh sushi, fried rice, and noodle bowls, poke bowls, and hot sushi items made daily in-store. Fresh meat market that offers natural, prime, and wagyu meat cut in-store daily by certified meat cutters, as well as 100% pure ground beef ground in-store daily. Full-service scratch bakery and tortilleria, and for fresh baked artisan breads, fresh tortillas, yes, of course. A large assortment of desserts, pastries, and custom cakes. Cheese shop with local and imported selections, along with a variety of platters and boards. And of course, as the #1 beer and wine retailer in Texas, the store has an extensive craft and beer and wine selection with almost 1,600 bottles of wine and 800 beers from around the world. Customers can also visit with our certified wine steward to create the perfect pairing. Our pet food selection featuring Heritage Ranch by H-E-B, which is where 1% of the sales from that product line supports Texas animal shelters. A friendly pharmacy staff with a convenient drive-through option. And of course, a full-service H-E-B fuel station with a car wash. And the store will also have curbside and delivery, all the fun things, so. Anything else? That's
Anybody
all
hungry?
I've got. Hungry, ready to go. We're chomping, we're ready to go. We're just waiting for the day.
So Brandon, will you introduce who's
This
with
is
you here?
Crystal Guillory. She is one of our loss prevention managers.
Wonderful.
So when people, she's one of the ones you really probably don't want to see. But,
As you're exiting the door.
exactly, yeah, exactly.
And I know Ms.
So,
Rives has shared with us that y'all have adopted several of our schools this year out in that area.
Did.
And so we appreciate the
yes,
partnership.
Yeah, something that HEB does every year at the beginning of the school year is adopt a school. Normally, each store gets to pick 1 or 2 schools. This year with Manville being an opening brand new store, we actually got to pick 11 schools. Wow. So
Thank you all very
Thank
much.
you.
absolutely. So, oh gosh, let's see if I can remember them all. We did E.C. Mason, we did Don Jeter, we did Nichols Mock, we did Iowa Colony, Manville Junior High, Manville High School, all of them out in that area.
Savannah Lakes, Pomona, all of, yep.
Yep.
Thank
We
you.
did just about all of them, so.
We appreciate
Absolutely.
partnership. Thank you so much.
HEB is a great organization that's fully supports education.
Yes.
So thank
Public
y'all for that.
education.
Public education.
Education is a big part of it's one of our big pillars of what we do, so. But yes, absolutely.
Thank you.
So,
Thank you very much.
and of course, I've got a little thank you, a little gift for all the school board. So,
Oh, you didn't have to.
Is there tortillas in there? No?
Salsa. Thank you very much. Thank you.
and of course, they're all conveniently
Oh, thank you.
decked out with an Alvin ISD
Texas
color.
original.
Thank you very much.
That's so cool.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. That's lovely.
There's some sauce.
Thank you
I'm
so
just here
much.
for the brisket queso.
Thanks, Brandon. It's nice of you.
That's very nice.
So do I.
Got Alvin High School colors.
Oh, that's awesome.
I'll see you there.
Shadow Creek. Shadow Creek. It's very sweet.
That's all I have.
Thank you
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Brandon. Thank you.
All right, next we'll move on to student and staff commendations.
Good evening, board and guests. We are very glad that you're here with us today. We are honoring some pretty amazing students and staff. And so without further ado, we'll go ahead and get started. So we're going to start with the National Merit Semifinalist and Commended. So in September, officials of the National Merit Scholarship Corporation announce the names of approximately 16,000 semifinalists in the 69th Annual National Merit Scholarship Program. That is nationwide, though, just to let you know. Overall, approximately 50,000 students are recognized as either commended students or semifinalists. These academically talented high school seniors who achieve semifinalist status have an opportunity to continue in the competition for some 7,140 National Merit Scholarships worth more than $28 million that will be offered next spring. Congratulations to the following students for being named the National Merit Semifinalist. When we call your name, please come up. Zachary Escobar from Shadow Creek High School. Yeah, if you'll just stay up here, we'll call everybody up together. Kaylin Luong from Shadow Creek High School. Jacob Matthew from Shadow Creek High School. Nikhil Varman from Shadow Creek High School. And Prisha Verma from Shadow Creek High School. These are our semifinalists. Congratulations to all of you. If you would like to come up and get photographs, you are welcome to do so at this time.
What a great
Okay,
accomplishment.
thank you very much.
Congratulations, students.
Now, the following Alvin ISD students have been recognized as National Merit Commended. So please come up when we call your name. Sheedon Liu from Manville High School. Malik Edehali from Shadow Creek High School. Maria Grew from Shadow Creek High School. Noor Hamid from Shadow Creek High School. Vita Kadakia from Shadow Creek High School. Ali Mahirmovich from Shadow Creek High School. Yusef Nassar from Shadow Creek High School. And Christian Paul from Shadow Creek High School. Congratulations. If you'd like to take a picture, please come take one. Thank you very much.
Congratulations, students. Great job.
Okay, now Alvin High School senior Cooper Williams was one of 20 players across the nation to be named to the 2023 18U National Baseball Team. He traveled to Taipei, Taiwan to compete in the World Baseball Softball Confederation U18 Baseball World Cup September 1st through the 10th. So congratulations. It's a pretty amazing accomplishment there, too.
Is this one of your friends you brought with you? Is he a player with you? Yeah. Do you want to tell us about your experience in Taiwan? Anything you want to?
It was a great experience to play for my country. It's something I've dreamed about for a really long time, and to be able to do that, it's just amazing.
Congratulations, Cooper.
Good job, buddy.
Appreciate you representing the country, but Alvin ISD as well, so thank you. Next, We have 3 students from Shadow Creek High School that had a perfect AP score. So congratulations to the following. Andrea Diaz. Hers was in Spanish language and culture, and she was 1 out of 247 students across the nation. Congratulations. Next is Zachary Escobar, and he did it for research, and he was 1 out of 357 students across the nation. And Jacob George did it for computer science principles, and he was 1 out of 459 students. Congratulations to all of you. Parents, please come up and take photographs if you would like. Okay, thank you very much. Good job.
Congratulations.
That is pretty amazing. Okay, next we have Shadow Creek High School junior Kavya Natagari recently was named to the 2023 All-State Journalism staff. Kava is one of 168 students in the state to receive this special honor. Kavya, if you would please come forward, if you're here. No. I didn't see her earlier, but I wasn't sure. Nope. Well, we will recognize her later. Thank you. Next, we have staff commendations. Starting with Harvey Junior High ESL teacher Erica Perales. She was honored as an outstanding Hispanic educator at the Brazoria County Hispanic Chamber of Commerce at the Latin Fest at the Pearland Town Center. So if you'd please come up. Perales? She's not here either? Okay. Well, moving on. So our final commendation today is for a staff member that, you know, people always talk about what teachers do and how hard they work and all, but this is showing they truly do care about the kids. And this happened at Harvey Junior High. So the Harvey Junior High Gateway and computer science teacher, James Post, jumped into action on September 26 when he noticed a student choking and performed the Heimlich maneuver, saving this student's life. So we truly appreciate what this teacher did. So James Post, would you please come up? He is truly a hero. We say, you know, teachers all are heroes. They truly are. But he actually saved a life physically. So we do appreciate all that you do for our students on a daily basis and for doing that for that student.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank you.
Post. I just want to say congratulations to the parents of all the students who were recognized this evening, because I know it takes a lot of hard work and support, and we couldn't do it without the partnership in the schools, without the parents' support working with us. And many nights, I'm sure your students or your children were up studying, and there's lots of sweat and tears that go into some of that. And I know each one of them are probably involved in more than just their academics. So congratulations. That really says a lot. For you as parents as well. So thank you for the continued partnership. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm going to give y'all the opportunity if any of the students want to go right now. I know y'all got homework and stuff, but you're more than welcome to stay. But if y'all want to go, this is be the time.
Fall break next week. Don't forget. Should have put that in my superintendent update.
Thank
I
y'all.
forgot.
They know it.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
All right, next we have a presentation. Carol?
So, Board, this evening we have Zonda Demographics. Rocky's with us, and he's going to provide us with Alvin ISD's enrollment projection forecast, as well as the planning data and awareness of future student enrollment compared to available campus student capacity. So, Rocky?
Good evening. Pleasure to be back in Alvin ISD. I was just reminded that I have to follow somebody that saved a life and somebody that gave out gifts. This is a kind of a blended report. So it's got 2Q data because our 3Q just ended and data doesn't come out for about 3 weeks afterwards. So this is going to be 2Q data, but data that we used, updated the research so we could start your enrollment projections early so we could begin the boundary work that we're beginning this week as well on Thursday. So this is our 2Q report. Am I supposed to have a button? Is that this thing? Okay. There we go. Unemployment rates remain, at or below where they were pre-COVID. We're basically sitting on full employment, waivers from time to time, but the economy is really important in what we're watching and seeing in the housing market as well. 5% interest, as I remind you every time, is basically full employment at that point. That's the kind of employment labor force you want if you're trying to attract new employers. You want like an HEB to be able to find people to work, and having that rate right there is a good thing. Housing market got kind of wonky for a little while, and now it's kind of taken off again. Texas has 4 of the top 10 markets in the United States right now. Houston is the number 2 housing market in quarterly starts. That was during the second quarter, second to just Dallas. So the strong housing market. In 21 districts, we had declines year over year, but this big quarter jump kind of got things going again. We think a lot of that is because inventory has shrank so much. People are staying put in their current home, that current home that they have with the low interest rate of 3%. They know if they move somewhere, they're going to pay 7% and probably get about half the house for the same money. So there's no inventory. New housing can offer opportunities to buy down interest rates. Some of these companies actually have their own financing people, so they're able to kind of get things stimulated to get with the new home market. So the starts and closings, you can see there that the greenish, whatever that color is, that kind of bluish color, aqua, I'll go with aqua. The aqua color is closings, which means it's an occupied home. Those dropped off to just over 37,000. And starts, you can see, went down to 31,900, but it appears to be leveling off. And that's what's got to happen. We got to get back to where starts are ahead of closings again. So they're working off that inventory. We're beginning to see it. Yeah, like I said, months on the inventory, what was sitting at 59,000, jumped to 96,000, but then it's just stayed flat. 2.6 months is still below normal. We like to see 3 to 6 months inventory when you've got buyers. Average prices are down just slightly this year, and of course sales are sitting up a little bit as they're working off that inventory. Why are buyers purchasing the homes today? So we did a survey of the new home market. The number one answer was lack of resale supply. So again, kind of what I was saying before, without the inventory, the new home market can see some opportunities. In Alvin, we see closings sitting at 1,700. That's a year-over-year closing, so that's from 1Q to 2Q. From 3Q to 2Q. That's what that looks like. That inventory number, I'm going to talk a little bit more, 988. So almost 1,000 homes in inventory with your annual start sitting at 1,300. So we still got strong inventory. VDL, that 2,756, that's more than a year's supply of vacant developed lots. They're ready to be built on right now. And then, of course, we've got almost 20,000 future lots. So here's the start. So 448 starts. So we saw starts jump, from 281. They dropped down below 200 in the fourth quarter, back up to almost 450 starts the second quarter. And that's the first part of the summer. The third quarter is the second part of the summer. So I expect the third quarter to be up there, maybe even at 500, when we get that data. Closings remain steady, just over 400. Now, this is where it gets kind of interesting, is the closings, it's taking a little bit longer to close a home. So that inventory number, that 988, that's a combination of homes that are under construction. You can see there are 614 homes under construction. And then there's another over 300 homes that are finished but vacant. Because if you subtract that 614 from 988, you get a real quick 360-something homes that were finished but vacant. So many of those homes have now likely sold during the third quarter, because that's what's sitting out there. So that's a really high number, and that's what's going to start bringing in some of these closings. You'll probably see some, I'll talk about that a little more later, but we're going to have enrollment growth kind of leading into towards Christmas, I think, because of these homes getting closed. We're building 60, actively building subdivisions. That means there's 60 developments where we actually have home building going on right now. We've got 33 future subdivisions, so that's what you see in yellow. So that's another group of lots, and groundwork's underway on 1,900 lots. So when they're trying to transition from future to vacant developed lots, that's 1,900 that'll be coming online probably within the next 6 months. 324 were delivered just during the second quarter. So they're still delivering lots. Developers are kind of getting some confidence again, and they're going. And I think that this area, especially as the infrastructure gets better going south, that's going to continue to kind of increase the numbers out there, certainly on the west side. Watermark with 233 total lots. They have 19 homes under construction. This is a D.R. Horton community, and D.R. Horton's one of those that can offer some financing too, so that helps at that mid-400s price point. Sandy Point, that's a cloudy picture they included there just to kind of show how things can change. That was taken in July of 23. The first phase was 400 homes. It was expected to deliver early at 2024. So you can just kind of begin to see some stuff under those clouds. I guess that's why they put them in there. Or they thought it was kind of cool. I'm not sure. The housing market for multifamily is seeing their occupancy rate drop by just 3%. So we're below 90% occupied. That's all multifamily in the Houston area. Really, this isn't as much of a negative as you might think, because 19,000 more units came online this year. So they added 19,000 units, and we're still able to stay right at 90% occupied. So the apartment community is pretty happy with that right now. And of course, we do have a few multifamilies. We've got 1,150 future multifamily, and you've got about 114 family units that are under construction right now. And that's that little purple one you see down there is the under construction. Those light aqua color again are future multifamily. And again, we track them. There are several multifamily projects that can be senior living only, but those we don't include for our student projections. So forecast, let's talk about forecast. Where we were when I built this report, our enrollment was sitting about 29,727. My projection was 29,744. So we were sitting just within about 17 students of what we thought. So I'm pretty happy with that number. I think you're going to actually go over my projection by the time we get to snapshot date, because our numbers are October to October. See, I think you're going to come in, probably closer to that, 29,800 number, maybe even with these new closings. So very good, but that's kind of where we want to be. When we're building a projection, we try to be within 1%. That's about 0.06%, I guess. At the grade level, it's a little more challenging. We try to hit that 5% number, and we were pretty successful at that. You saw a big jump at your pre-K and your early education this year, so that could be a sign that you'll get a little bit bigger kindergarten class next year. This one came in a little under your kindergarten enrollment, and we've seen that. We've seen that trend since COVID. Kindergarten enrollment is down. It's a combination of changing decisions by parents and birth rates being lower. So it's a combination of both those things. But like I said, with 300 finished vacant homes, I think you're going to see growth all the way up to snapshot and beyond. So with that, these are the projections going forward. I think next year we're going to grow by about 600 students, a little faster than this year. I think you're going to stay right in that 600 for a couple years, and then I think you're going to get back to 700-800 students per year within about 5 years. There's a lot of housing out there. Like I said, the market's going to kind of eventually settle in. I don't know what the new reality is. It's going to get back down to 6 or 7% in a year, maybe, or we'll all be those people like we are with my kids. Well, I know back when I bought my first home, it was 10%. And so enjoy the 7%. I'm not sure. And then we've got housing. Our individual campus forecast. These are what we're using as we're developing the boundary scenarios that we're going to open. This Iowa Colony Junior High, and then Bennett elementary next year. So we're working on those boundaries, looking forward to working with that committee. I think a lot of the same committee members will be on there again. So I'm looking forward to seeing them on Thursday as we draw boundaries. The yellow highlight means they're over capacity. So we're kind of working to remove as much yellow as possible going forward. So hopefully your next report will show a little less yellow when we get Bennett stuck in there. And the same here with our junior high. We're going to be able to make some tweaks there and get those numbers in line as well. Continue to have some challenges at Alvin, Alvin High School, but we have another high school that's going to come online in 2 or 3 years, if we're lucky. Things get lucky. So starts have dropped significantly during the fourth quarter, but again, they bounced back to over 150 this last quarter. I think that's a good sign. New home inventory of over 900 with 300 finished vacant homes. Closings will likely get back to over 500. I think you're going to see maybe the third and fourth quarters have a pretty strong closing number. And then, of course, with 33,000 students in just 5 years, and I think you'll be over 36, pushing 37,000 students within 10 years. And that's the trend as of today. Happy to visit about any of it.
Any questions or comments on any of it?
I do. This is great information. Thank you. Is there any chance, not today, but in the future, with what's going on in Austin, we'd be able to compare some of this data to projected enrollment for charter schools in the area? So like when you notice we may be down in kindergarten enrollment, I believe families move as they outgrow a starter home, right? So if we're losing those elementary to middle school kids, are we seeing enrollment increase across the city or in our county for charter schools?
We don't typically track, but we have, that data is available at TEA, and we can see, we do look at transfer reports from TEA, and they will show if a student is transferred from your district to a charter campus. We can't track homeschooling but we can track charters because they are part of TEA, or they report enrollment to TEA. They're not very forthcoming with us with sharing data, so we really only can use that transfer data we get, and we usually show that transfer report as part of our first quarter report. So it comes out next March. We can certainly look at that.
And Mr. Shaw runs those for us. We look at that as at cabinet and how many are transferring in, how many are transferring out. So we kind of track that internally.
Sure. Thank you.
We'll try to take a look. Yep. Thanks.
Great question.
Thank you very much.
Yep. Thanks.
Great
Thank you,
information.
Rocky.
Thanks, y'all. Yep.
Just on the record, we're not opening another high school in 2 or 3 years. We're adding a senior class next year to Iowa College. I know you were joking. I just want to go on the record, though.
It'll be in the paper tomorrow.
Yeah.
Headline news.
All right, now we'll move on. We are now in the open forum. We're now in the open forum portion of the agenda. If you'd like to address the board, you should have completed a public participation form and submitted it to the superintendent secretary prior to the meeting, according to policy BED local. After I call your name, please come to the podium and state your name and the purpose for addressing the board. Please understand that you will have 3 minutes to speak. Yet if 10 or more speakers have signed up to speak, the board president shall have the discretion to reduce the time limit to no less than 1 minute based on time constraints of the conduct of the board business. If a translator is needed, you will be given 6 minutes to speak. I respectfully ask that you make no derogatory statements about any student or staff of Alvin ISD. I ask that you also understand that the board cannot take action on your request or comment at this time. However, the president or designee may refer the request to the superintendent for review. And at this time, we have Shirley Brothers.
Thank you so much for having me this evening. There were several other retired teachers, but I'm going to tell you what, those people are busier than any of us, I'm telling you, or anybody that's a full-time job. But good evening, and thank you for the opportunity. I just want to preface my remarks by saying I'm not here to advocate for or against anything. I'm just here to inform, so keep that in mind as I go forward. Let me start by sharing some really interesting facts. There are approximately 420,000 TRS retirees in Texas. And remember that 96% of school districts in Texas do not contribute to Social Security. So TRS retirees' monthly check is all that some retired school personnel have to live on. So the average monthly TRS check, think of these numbers. The average monthly TRS check is $2,174. Half of the 420,000 recipients of TRS checks receive less than $1,800 a month. We got people in our community, teachers, retired teachers in our community are living on less than $1,800 a month. Almost as alarming is out of the 420,000 retired school employees, about 140,000 in Texas receive only $1,000 a month or less. So and when it comes to teacher benefits, remember this, Texas ranks second to the last when compared to all 50 states, plus Washington, D.C., on teacher retirement benefits. Educators in Texas who retired over the past 20 years have never received an increase in their monthly check. Those who retired before then have only received a very small one, and that was years ago. Meanwhile, over the past 20 years, consumer costs in Texas have increased by more than 60%. Additionally, Texas is one of the only states that does not have an automatic system for providing a cost of living adjustment to retired educators. According to state law, increases to monthly pensions for TRS retirees require action by the legislature. Finally, during this last session, with lots of hard work, the legislature passed and the governor signed a bill that will provide a cost of living adjustment for retired school employees. However, the final version of the bill was written so that the COLA agreement is contingent upon passage of a constitutional amendment. The reason for this is because when crafting a budget, the legislature has to work within certain limits, and if they want to exceed those limits, they have to get voter approval via a constitutional election. So the legislation that was passed did include a one-time supplemental check for school retirees that was issued in September. Not everybody got that, by the way, but that was a one-time only, and quite frankly, was a Band-Aid. So there was a record-breaking, as you know, there was a record-breaking surplus in the state coffers this year, so the legislature has already set aside the funds for this COLA. Already, the money is already sitting there with no tax implication at all, but it has to have voter approval. So the exact language of the amendment is so simple. It's Proposition number 9 on the ballot. All people have to do is say yes or no. So easy, easy. So I'm here tonight to encourage you to vote in the November 7th election, however you want to, but go vote. And please encourage and provide opportunities for our staff that's already here to do the same. Thanks, you guys.
Thank you, Shirley.
All right, we'll now move into the consent agenda action items. Anybody wants to pull any of those and do them separately, let me know. Otherwise, do we have a motion to approve consent agenda items A through F as presented by trustee Harris, second by trustee Johnson? Any questions or comments? I'm sorry. All in favor? All opposed? Motion carries 7-0. Next, we have request to consider approval of resolution nominating a candidate for a position on the Board of Directors for the Brazoria County Appraisal District.
So, Board, Mr. Tommy King has served as Alvin ISD's representative on the Brazoria County Appraisal District since 2015. Each voting taxing entity in Brazoria County nominates by resolution up to 5 candidates to fill the 5 positions of the Board of Directors. These nominations must be submitted to the Chief Appraiser before October the 15th, 2023. Alvin ISD would like to nominate once again Mr. Tommy King for this position. Mr. King has expressed his willingness to serve.
All right, do we have a motion to approve the resolution nominating Mr. Tommy King as candidate to serve on the Board of Directors for the Brazoria County Appraisal District?
So moved.
By trustee Selsky. Do we have a second by trustee Scott? Any questions or comments? All in favor? All opposed? Motion carries 7-0. Next, we have request to consider approval of adoption of update to policy 122.
So, local EIC class ranking, House Bill 3803. A new law permits parents to elect to have their student repeat a high school course in which the student was enrolled during the previous school year unless the district determines the student has met all requirements for graduation. Absent local policy, TEA guidance provides that the original passing grade must be retained. For students in all graduating classes, the class rank calculation shall not include semester grades from a course that is retaken after a passing grade has been earned, and the new grade shall not be recorded on the transcript. The calculation shall include failing grades. Additionally, a grade of 60 to 69 in a dual credit course shall receive high school credit. For the purpose of calculating class rank, a grade of 60 to 79 shall be converted in accordance with administrative regulations.
All right, do we have a motion to approve and adopt the update to 122 policy ECI local as presented?
I'll motion.
We have a motion? Oh, I'm sorry. Trustee, no, I'm sorry. Garza. Trustee Garza. Does he have a second?
Second.
By Trustee Johnson. Any questions or comments? All in favor? All opposed? Motion carries 7-0. Next, we have request to consider approval of employment of personnel.
So board attached are recommendations for contract for openings that we currently have. Majority of them are teachers. I think they're all teachers.
All right, do we have a motion approval be granted for requested personnel items as presented?
So
Trustee Harris, second by Trustee Selsky. Any questions or comments? All in favor? All opposed? Motion carries 7-0. Next, we have request to consider approval of administrative appointment, Caffey Junior High Assistant Principal.
So board, with the resignation of Assistant Principal Ms. Brown that left an opening at Jackie Caffey Junior High for an assistant principal, the interview committee recommended Mr. Dion Eisen. Mr. Eisen is currently serving Alvin Independent School District as a 4th and 5th grade math and science teacher and team lead at Savannah Lakes Elementary, where he's taught for 4 years. He previously taught for 2 years in Alif ISD, 2 years with Abu Dhabi Education Council, and 7 years with the Fulton County Schools, and 1 year with the Atlanta Public Schools. Dion was a Teacher of the Year nominee in 2010 and 2013, and named Teacher of the Year by Savannah Lakes Elementary in 2022. Dion has 16 years of experience in education, 4 of these years with Alvin Independent School District. He received his Bachelor of Science degree in Early Childhood Education from Morris Brown College, his Master's in Administration from Central Michigan University, and his EDS in Teacher Leadership from Walden University. So we're asking for the board to consider approving Mr. Eisen to be an assistant principal at Jackie Caffey Junior High School.
Do we have a motion approval be granted for assistant principal, for Dion Eisen to be named assistant principal at Jackie Caffey Junior High? By Trustee Scott, a second by Trustee Johnson. Any questions or comments? All in favor? All opposed? Motion carries 7-0.
Mr. Eisen? Congratulations. Dion, will you please introduce the guests that you brought, or your cheering squad? No. High Tower.
And I have my daughter, Jaylee. She's a 5th grader at Savannah Lakes. Just proud of her. And next to her, I have my childhood friend and business partner over 25 years, Jabbar. He's also an educator in Lamar Consolidated. And his wife, Robin, who is a counselor at HISD.
Wonderful. Welcome.
I would also like to acknowledge my administrators, my current administrators, Mr. Foster and Ms. Baker, who've been a pillar of support for the last 2 years, 2 or 3 years. And also my past administrators, who, when I first came to Alvin to, they are the ones that thrust me into even showing an interest in being an administrator, Mr. Charles Bagley. And also my daughter, Rio, as well.
Wonderful. You, We've got one of the best, and you've learned from some of the best. So great mentors, and you know you can count on all of us to support you. So congratulations. We look forward to great things.
At this time, we will adjourn into executive session pursuant to the following sections of the Texas Open Meetings Act, 551076. Back in open session, and at this time, I'll make a motion to adjourn. Do we have a second? Trustee Harris, all in favor? All opposed? Motion carries 7-0. We are adjourned. Thank you very much.